So what do we need to see for this to be a COP of credibility and a COP of outcomes, as Dr. Sultan has described it, a COP of action?
So I've been saying for a while that business and philanthropy, I think, really holds the key to make sure that we are able to move from pledges and announcements to action and implementation. And as you know, one of the key spirits, if you will, or values that COP28 is trying to bring to the table is this element of inclusivity. Inclusivity, of course, regionally, making sure that we bring North, South, East and West together, but also sectorally. So we have to make sure that we provide a conducive environment for governments to work alongside businesses and philanthropy to make sure that we deliver on our net zero and nature positive goals. And this is precisely why the COP28 presidency hosted the COP28 Business and Philanthropy Climate Forum on the 1st and 2nd of December, so alongside the World Leaders Summit or the World Climate Action Summit. And really the response was fantastic. We had over 1,300 CEOs from over 100 countries in the world, 46% of which were from the great nations across the global south. We had more than 270 foundations and philanthropies heads from 42 nations in the world. We had representation really across sectors and industry, from energy to fashion, from agriculture to space, and managed to find our way through more than $7 billion of new commitments by, again, the private sector, so business and philanthropy, towards the action agenda. But we all know that this is really the beginning, and so the question is, how do we make sure that business and philanthropy is really an intrinsic part of the COP process going forward? So we've got to find a way to institutionalize this private sector capacity to embrace actionism, which as the COP28 president, Dr. Sultan Al-Jaber has said, needs to embrace the action platforms, the dynamism, but also the capital of business and philanthropy if we're going to achieve our climate goals.
As you say, business and philanthropy has a really critical role to play here, and this COP, COP28, has made business a really central platform for that conversation. Never before have we seen this number of CEOs and business leaders on the ground at a climate conference. So to your point of institutionalizing this, do you think that that is a possibility and we will actually see business being institutionalized in future COPs?
I would love to see that happen, and I think, yes, COP is the conference of the parties, but really it represents and needs to represent going forward a conference for the partners, really bringing together everybody, and again, as I said, geographically but also sectorally, to work together. This is the only way that we're going to help to create and generate that multiplier effect that we need to get from the billions that we have to the trillions that we need to achieve our goals.